It didn't take long for the man in question, screen name Misa Your Humble Servant, to steer the chat towards Star Wars.
Have you seen Star Wars?
The decoy responds with,
No, are they good?
Misa Your Humble Servant goes on to say,
Yeah, they are fun. Episode 3 is my favorite. It's dark.
That's cool. I like dark movies.
I'll come over and we'll watch it. The prequels are my favorite. We'll build a fort out of couch cushions. Slumber party.
Now we find Mr. Slumber Party walking into our house. We hired a very young-looking 19-year-old to be our decoy and play the part of our youngling.
Hey, did you bring the movie?
Misa did! You're so gonna love it!
Cool. I'm just gonna finish the laundry. Give me 1 second. I made you some sweet tea. It's in the fridge. Just sit down in the kitchen. I'll be right there.
Okie day. Misa brought pajamas. Can Misa stay the night? I'm sorry, but you will not be staying the night. Why don't you have a seat right there? Oh no. What are you doing here? Misa just hanging out. Misa heard a big party was here tonight. You heard wrong. It sounds like your intention was to show a Star Wars prequel to a developing mind. Oh no. Misa don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't do that if I were you. It didn't have to end like this.
What's bothering you?
I had a dream.
Bad?
Yeah, bad. I dreamt that Star Wars was made entirely on a green screen with PlayStation 2 graphics littering 99% of the movie. And I gave in. I gave in, Padme. I gave in to the hype and bought toys and books and games. I gave money to something that in my heart I knew was terrible.
It was only a dream.
Yeah, at least it was only a dream. Man, the prequel sure did ruin the nobility and grace of the lightsaber. They were so saturated with lightsabers that it actually made lightsabers boring. General Grievous, you are fucking lame. Ha 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 ha! Burn! Burn, you 10th rate, 2-bit piece of shit! Gentlemen, I know y'all told us to cut corners building the Death Star and all, but well, just take a look at this. This here is a pipe that is gonna be your exhaust port. Now, as a proud member of the Galactic Construction Union, I have to bring this to y'all's attention that this here pipe is hazardous, inefficient, and all around unsafe. One little piece of space debris floating into this exhaust port could level the entire station. Now, I can put it in there for y'all like the blueprints call for, or I can set up a safer alternative. What'll it be?
Do not deviate from the plan.
You're the boss. If you would, just sign right here letting my bosses know that I told you about the defective exhaust port and that you won't hold the GCU accountable if any unfortunate events may occur. Mr. Lucas? Yes? Thanks for inviting me to screen the movie, but I don't think we should see Yoda fight. Why not? Well, with all due respect, this is dumb as fuck. You don't like seeing Yoda swing his little green laser sword? No, I hate it so much. It makes me wish Yoda wasn't in the prequels at all. But the little green laser sword. Yeah, great laser sword. I got it. Sure, he's a Jedi and Jedis have lightsabers, whatever. Let the fanboys cream themselves over this nonsense. But purely looking at the character of Yoda, seeing him wield a lightsaber and flip around is just stupid. We have a movie full of lightsaber fights, all sorts of lightsabers swinging around, so when Yoda pulls his out, I don't give a fuck about another lightsaber fight, especially not from Yoda. Every character in this movie is basically the same person. They're all oblivious to their surroundings, they make terrible tactical decisions, and most of them swing lightsabers. Yoda is way too important of a character to just sling him into this shit and have him act like any other jackass with a lightsaber. I literally cringe when I hear Yoda say, "Not if anything to say about it I have." Oh my god, that's so stupid. But that's cool and hip dialogue. No, it's definitely not. It's a stupid phrase. And now Yoda is saying that stupid phrase in his backward speak. But the little green laser sword. Yep, green sword. You see, it's neat because we've never seen his green laser sword. So when he pulls his green laser sword out, it's really neat because we've never seen his green laser sword. Big fake titties in Star Wars. The biggest, fakest titties in all of Star Wars.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, sir. It will be done. Thanks for coming out on a Monday, guys. We are Order 66. We're here to rock Mos Eisley. This song's called... There is nothing special about special effects when the entire movie is a special effect. Am I right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. I mean, shit, this movie is basically a cartoon with a few live-action actors walking around and whining. Yeah, you. Whining. Growing up, I always thought of Vader as a take-no-shit kind of guy, not an angst-ridden bipolar man-boy. Yeah, you're so fucking special. You're so powerful. Everyone bow down to the almighty Anakin. Let us wash your feet, Mr. Skywalker. Can we please wash your feet? I wanna be a master. This shit is blasphemy. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Child-Murdering Whining Asshole. And you. I've said it before. Why are you in Star Wars?
Take a seat.
No, you don't get to tell me what to do. Do you have to be in every fucking movie? You're in Marvel, you're in Star Wars, you're in that Kingsman movie. You're in everything that I watch. And I'm sick of you, Sam. You play yourself in every movie. You had a lisp in Kingsman. Wow, how creative. That's a leap for you. Every time I see your name associated with a movie, I no joke instantly don't want to see that movie because I'm sick of you. You're everywhere. You're in everything.
Lock onto him, R2. Master, General Grievous's ship is directly ahead.
Why do you always sound like a 13-year-old boy trying to deepen his voice and sound tough?
The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
I wouldn't say that. Fear of loss is natural, and I'm not trying to rid myself of my humanity.
Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those around you who transform into the Force. Mourn them, do not. Miss them, do not. Attachment leads to jealousy. The shadow of greed, that is.
Not mourning the loss of a loved one? That is some robotic bullshit nonsense. First of all, why are you all of a sudden talking in regular sentence structure? You're not talking like Yoda should. Secondly, if being a Jedi means turning into a numb android without affection that pushes down natural feelings, I choose the dark side. Oh great, this guy.
Misa propose that the Senate give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
How does somebody so stupid have position in government? You just put the bad guy in power. All of this shit could have been avoided. Somebody needs to do something about this Jar Jar Binks. Hey, happy Friday, man.
Yeah, you too.
You got any big plans for the weekend?
Not really. Ambassador Jar Jar Binks is actually coming into town tomorrow. I was thinking of heading down there and trying to get a glimpse of him.
Oh, really?
Yep. Probably be pretty crowded, though.
Huh. Mr. Lucas? Yes? There's a small plot hole that we need to figure out. Why doesn't C-3PO remember any of this stuff when we see him in episode 4? Oh, well, just have someone wipe his mind. Wipe his mind? Yeah, just have someone say, wipe his mind. Problem solved. Doesn't that seem a bit too convenient? I mean, couldn't you have written this whole thing differently from the start, so these movies actually make sense with the original trilogy? You can't just throw one sentence in there to fix plot holes. Yes, I can. I've done it numerous times in the prequel trilogy. Yeah, I know you have. There is one thing that doesn't make any sense. In Return of the Jedi, Leia says she remembers her mother. She said she remembers her mother and that she was beautiful. But you killed her mom, so how can she remember her mother at all? Oh, well, maybe she tapped into the Force and saw her mom in Force form. Or maybe she's level 18 Force sensitivity and could develop memories from moment of birth. Or maybe you just fucked up. Or maybe I'll go in and delete that scene from Return of the Jedi and release a super special edition. Would you like that, smartass?
Clean them up. Have the protocol droid's mind wiped.
What?
Well, I'm never gonna watch you again. It's time to die.
The capture of General Grievous will end this war. Quickly and decisively, we should proceed.
I concur. Master Kenobi should go.
Why are you sending Obi-Wan alone?
The council will make up its own mind who is to go.
Yeah, alright. You guys have done such a splendid job so far by sitting on your asses in a circle. But I asked a question. Why are you guys sending Kenobi alone? You all just said that General Grievous is a giant strategic target. A target that could literally end this war. Why not send a few guys, a few Jedi? You obviously have a shitload of them lying around. It is stupid to send one guy to hostile territory in search of the enemy's general. You guys are idiots. When you all lose this war, and you will, you have no one left to blame but yourselves. The clock struck midnight, and it was May 19th, 2005. I was standing in line with some of my best buds for the midnight premiere of Revenge of the Sith. May 19th, 2005. 10 years ago. It's crazy, time flies. My buddy was dressed up like Han Solo, and I was dressed up like Greedo. We made our blasters out of painted Nerf guns and plumbing parts, made our holsters out of belts and fabric, and we scrounged up whatever we could find to make our costumes look as right as they could look with what we had. See, despite what you guys might think, I actually have a lot of great memories and nostalgia built around the prequels. Not so much because of the movies themselves, because I was disappointed with each one, but because of the excitement, the anticipation, and the theater experience I had with friends. Walking into the theater with hundreds of people that were just so excited about a movie, and who decided to be the first ones in line to see it, is a feeling like no other. I've been to a bunch of other midnight premieres for a bunch of other movies since then, but none of them could match the experience for me of seeing Revenge of the Sith that night. At the time, I loved it, like so many people did. But after multiple viewings, it was undeniable to me that it was inferior to the films from the original trilogy in every way. The things that I loved about Star Wars were absent from episode 3, and 2, and 1. Shit was just so cluttered, the story could have been amazing, it had potential, but it wasn't focused and it failed to have the same impact on me as the original trilogy did. You can say that's because of age, but I completely disagree. As I approach 30, there's movies that make me feel like a kid again, and I absolutely love them. So I completely disagree with the age statement. I'll admit, my eyes did water when I saw Vader in his suit, saw the formation of the Death Star and the Galactic Empire before the credits rolled, but looking back, I see how the hype bug got me. I watched Revenge of the Sith again before making this video, and it was a chore. So yes, I do have a lot of nostalgia for this movie-going experience, but the movie itself has exited my personal Star Wars universe. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 don't exist in my Star Wars lore. No, I don't hate George Lucas. If you want to hear my opinion on Lucas, click this and watch my Do You Hate George Lucas video. The prequels seem to appeal to a lot of people, but I don't see it. They're not Star Wars. They're Star Wars in name. They have the same words, the same phrases, and some of the same imagery, but they're just not Star Wars.
Always with you, what cannot be done.
It's like doing